Hello, my name is Chloe Gong, and I'm here today to give you 3 reasons to be riveted by my book, Our Violent Ends. Let's begin. Reason number 1 is that Our Violent Ends is actually a sequel. It is the sequel to These Violent Delights, which kickstarted the story of a Romeo and Juliet retelling set in 1920 Shanghai between these star-crossed enemies slash lovers slash ex-lovers having to come together, unite despite the blood feud between their families in 1920 Shanghai, a very messy time, and work together to save their people because there is a monster that rose from the river and are killing all of their people, which, as you can imagine, isn't great. Not great at all. It's a duology, so assuming that you read the first book, how can you walk away without knowing what happens in the second, right? As been described, this is a explosive finale, so Roma and Juliet's story will wrap up here and you get to find out how it all ends. Will their love conquer all? Will hatred win in the end? Only time can tell if you pick it up. And reason number 2, as you can probably gauge by the way that this book is described, it is a enemies to lovers romance. And the sequel really steps it up to 100 because now the tables have turned. Roma is angry at Juliet for keeping secrets, and there are a lot of scenes where, you know, anger is boiling to a fever pitch. Things are gonna happen. So yeah, if you enjoy reading about lovers maybe throwing each other against walls because they're so mad at each other, but they still love each other, then Our Violent Ends is your book. You want this. Finally, reason number 3 to be riveted is that Our Violent Ends has a focus on the politics, which I really love because, you know, it's 1920 Shanghai, there's a lot happening. There's colonialism, there's imperialism, there's domestic politics, civil war is about to break out, and despite the fantastical storyline, the politics is also a really heavy underpinning beneath it all. You know, there are the fictional rival gangs grappling it out, but then there are a lot of real world historical aspects that get intertwined in it as well. And if you want a taste of, you know, what was the political situation in 1920s China like, what was happening in 1920s Shanghai at this time that reverberates into modern day, a lot of the history is here. A lot of research went into it. So, you know, I think it's a riveting it's a riveting snapshot of the politics at this time. So I think you'll enjoy it. I think that it is a combination of storylines and genres that, you know, will capture your attention explosively and all of that. So thank you for listening to my reasons of why I think you might be riveted by Our Violent Ends. As for your reasons to be riveted, I guess you'll have to read it to find out if our reasons match. But hope you will enjoy, and thank you for tuning in.